Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about the intermediate laws of indices. So the main areas that we're going to be talking about is raising a power to a power and also a little bit about fractional indices. So here we are, we've got 2 to the 3 to the 10. So when we raise a power to a power, when we raise a power to a power, we multiply the numbers. So in this case, this is going to give us 2 to the power of 30. Okay. Likewise here, when I've got this case, 3y to the 5 to the 4, both of these are being raised to the power of 4. So we get in 3 to the power of 4, so we might need to work that out on our calculator, what 3 to the 4 is. So 3 to the 4 is 81. And y to the 5 to the 4. Y to the 5 to the 4, 5 4s are 20, so it's y to the 20. Okay? So we can keep on going with this. We can say, okay, well, what is 2a to the 5, b to the 4 to the 7? Okay, so that means we've got 2 to the power 7. 2 to the 7 is 128. A to the 35. B to the 28. Perfect. Perfect. And we can do other things. We can do things like this. We can write 3a to the 5 over 4b to the 6. I don't know, all to the 3. So again, what we can do is everything is to the power of 3. So this is going to give us 3 to the 3, 27. A to the 5 to the 3, A to the 15, over 4 to the 3, which we can work out on our calculator, 64. B to the 6 to the 3, that's B to the 18. Easy. Okay, so that's a really good way of using raising powers to powers. The other thing I was going to talk about in this short video is fractional indices. Okay, so sometimes you might find that using your calculator, your square root button works and you have a bit of a panic. Is it the end of the world? No, because we've got what we've called fractional indices. And because this is a short video, I'm not necessarily going to do a lot of proof. But if, say for example, if I say, hey, what's 49 to the power of a half? What's 49 to the power of a half? And I type it in my calculator, the answer is going to be 7. I think, oh, that's a coincidence. The square root of 49 is 7. And then I press 100 to the power of a half. And that's going to give me 10. Oh, right, okay. So when I raise something to the power of a half, it's the same as square root. What happens if I do something like this? 27 to the power of a third. Is that going to square root? No, because it's the power of a third. It's going to cube root. So it's going to cube root. So what's the cube root of 27? 3. Okay, then what we can start to do, we can start to get a little bit carried away with this. And we can start saying things like this. 8a to the 12 to the 1/3. So now this is saying, what is the cube root of 8? What's the cube root of 8? We can do that on our calculator. So we can say 8 to the power of 1/3. That's going to give us 2. And then, remember, we raise a power to a power. So 12 times a third. Basically, what is a third of 12? What's a third of 12? 4. So we end up with a to the 4. Finally, the last thing, and this is the more advanced element of where we might be in year 9. Something like this. 27 to the 2/3. So this means 27, we need to cube root 27, which is 3, and then we're going to square it. So 3 squared is 9. Likewise, if I go with this, 49 to the 3 over 2. So this is saying, what is the square root of 49? The square root of 49 is 7. And then what is 7 to the power of 3? 7 to the 3, 343. Okay? So to finish off this element, we can go with something like this. 8a to the 12 to the 2/3. So this is, what is the cube root of 8? 2. 2 squared, 4. Finally, what is 2/3 of 12? Well, 1/3 of 12 is 4. 2/3 of 12 is 8. Wonderful.